Oh my goodness, it's about to happen again. No, my stomach is not upset. And I don't have to go to the bathroom. It's more about talking about the hot topic that's been going on, and it's trending and it keeps on going because the world is pissed off at The Rock. Goodness. Funny thing is, I'm going to give again my perspective on this. And I just hope that everyone that listens understands at the end of the day, this is one thing and one thing only. It's a business. It's capitalism. It's a company that's looking to grow, expand, and make more money. And when they see personalities that can make the money, they will do what they can to make it even better. This is not about, this is going to be an episode. I may jump back and forth and give examples. I'm sure you've heard prior episodes and me saying, hey, you know what? Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns wasn't a great match last year anyway. We were just waiting for the result to happen, and that was it. It was an okay match. It was just an okay match. I for sure didn't want to see a rematch. I know we all did because it's the story, and I get it. But sometimes the story changes, script changes, things happen. I just find it very difficult to believe that it was something that was just done on the fly. I don't believe in that. They just don't work that way. Not that I know of. Maybe it caught some by surprise. Cody and whoever other else. But most of the people that get caught by surprise are the ones that are not directly involved in the situation, right? I just find it so hard to believe that Cody didn't know what was going on. And at the end of the day, they got what they wanted, actually. Between, and this is not a conspiracy theory. This is just my theory, my way of looking at it. I'm not looking at, something that's empty. I'm trying to look at everything in full. And I'm trying to look at the whole painting, not just the one little detail in the painting. I'm looking at the whole thing, the purpose behind it, the meaning behind it. And I always look at it as a business thing, and I connect the dots. Even if I don't like it, I understand because at times I do my little thing with the business. And yes, there'll be losses, there'll be sometimes wins, not everything is perfect, but at the end of the day, there's a goal to expand, to grow, and other things. Let people know. Hopefully they come back. If they don't, then I'll see how I can do to improve it, right? And in entertainment, it's such a complicated thing. And in wrestling, this is the biggest time of the year. It's the biggest time of the year. This is their World Cup. This is the world event. This is what they used to say the world is watching. Wrestling is a worldwide sport. Televised in who knows how many countries as they would always cover. And the one event that's covered by all types of press are the major premium live events. WrestleMania is the top. It's so massive right now that they have 2 nights. 2 nights of it. 2 nights under the WWE banner. Let's not count NXT. We have to count NXT on there. So that whole company is displaying their talent. Future talent, present talent, everything. surprises, entertainment, special guests, music. That city in Philadelphia is going to make a ton of money in hospitality and hotels. It's going to be a very busy city. It's going to be a bumping weekend over there. And that's great because cities usually bid for this now with them because they know what kind of revenue it brings to those cities. In the end, everything that's happened, everything that has happened, are all major business moves, whether it's short term or long term. The funny thing is, and I'll say it this way, I think I said it before, they don't give a shit about what we think right now. And that's the most important part. We're talking about some changes that have happened, or actually that happened, you know? And I'm not laughing at that. I just laugh at the thought of it, of the whole scenario where who did not see this coming? Remember, I'll say this much. I've been to 2 WrestleManias. I've been grateful and lucky enough to go to 2. I went to WrestleMania 18, which is The Rock against Hogan. And that was not the main event, but that was like the hyped match, the icons, icon versus icon, if anybody remembers. Right? I went to WrestleMania, I think it was 29 at MetLife, where it was John Cena versus The Rock. The big bulky Rock now, the chiseled Rock now, the new Rock, the older Rock at that moment. Yes, The Rock is 50 and you can tell the guy's still in insane shape. He's, and I mentioned it in a prior episode, even Roman defended it because they kept on asking that question whenever he would go to talk shows and hype up either SummerSlam, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, whichever one it was. Royal Rumble. Remember, Peacock, Jimmy Fallon's a part of Peacock. They would go to the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. They would do all the presses and appearances. Roman would be the one because he's the company guy. Great guy who does interviews. And they would always ask him the same question. You going to fight your cousin? And I repeat it again because it's important, because I'm just dedicating this episode just to that. You going to fight your cousin? I don't know. He has a schedule. He knows a whole bunch of things going on. He seems like he's a very busy guy right now. He understands. He was in Hobbs and Shaw. And he worked with The Rock. If anybody ever saw that movie. Spin-off to the Fast and Furious. He had a little role in that movie at the end. So him doing that, he understands what it's like to be in a movie, have a contract to do a movie. You just can't go out and wrestle. If anybody remembers history, what happened when he fought Cena the second time. I think what happened, he tore his quad, something came off the bone, whatever it was, on his leg or wherever. He was able to do surgery, finish the movie, which I believe it was Hercules at that time. That was a big gamble. Because that could have just destroyed that whole movie, and then that would have been a shit fest for The Rock. Imagine having a scheduled movie shoot. You're doing it. Probably there was nothing in the contract saying, hey, you can't wrestle. After that, who knows what happened? Hey, hey, Rock, you okay? Guys, I just, I tore something. I need to have surgery. Wait, but are you going to be able to do this movie? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, we still have some work to do. Yeah. It's going to happen. Whatever, you know how I do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish it. May have been delayed. You don't know. All these movies have schedules. They have budgets, all those things. So we could come and say, hey, you know what? He was busy. He didn't want to do it. How many movies has he done lately? Count back. Forget about the actor strike, because the wrestlers are not part of Hollywood. They're contracted through the WWE. Think of that, you know? Maybe post-production. Remember, doing a movie is not an easy thing. You have pre-production, you prepare it, you film it, you're acting it. After you do that, you have to do appearances, you do the premieres, you fly to Hong Kong, you fly to Japan, you fly to Tokyo, you go to Milan, you go to New York City, you go to LA, wherever they do. Where's the premiere at? Oh, we're having a premiere in Mexico this week. So to squeeze in things like that, to get your body ready to do a match that we all think should have happened, let's say last year, the year before, whenever it was the right time, sure, we could say that. We just don't know what was going on. So it's very easy from the outside to look in and say, they could have done it then. There's a reason it didn't happen. They could have done that. They would have done it. Could have been contractual. And that's the part where we're not informed, because at the end of the day, that's none of our business. That's his personal stuff at that point. If he chooses to talk about it, it's one thing. Even Roman said, hey, you know what? Doing a movie is one thing. Doing your own stunts and whatever you're doing is one thing. But wrestling's another. He hasn't done it for a while. His body may not be ready for it. You have to get used to it again. You have to put your body through the training again to do that. And it's not like weight training. Yeah, the guy's built like a tank. It doesn't mean the tank won't fall apart. And I think many times that's one thing that we miss out on, that we don't get. And look what happened with John Cena. Think of this. Remember that whole, going back and forth with John Cena at that time? John Cena was like, it's like, who the hell are you? Who are you? You can just come in and just, you're the shiny, the knight in shining armor, and all of a sudden you think you're going to save us again? So you show up whenever you want to show up? Aren't you like the Hollywood star, so you forgot about us? You forgot about everything that you worked so hard for, and who helped you become what you are? Shit. Go watch a John Cena interview now. He eats his words right now. He says, shit, you know what? I was an idiot saying that, if that was my main beef. Because look at me now. Look what I'm doing now. I get it now. I completely understand what he was going through, because I'm going to do the same shit too. He didn't say it. He didn't say shit, of course, but he's like, I'm going to the same. I understand it now. I get it, how you can't just show up whenever you want and be there for the fans. I'm busy now. I'm doing movies now. I have a schedule. I just can't just go. I can't just stop and just go all of a sudden just show up. So I get it now. That's, I could be wrong. Maybe someone can correct it when they hear this. Again, you can go to YouTube. If you listen to YouTube, I appreciate it. E-24G ! You can leave comments there under the episodes when you listen to it. I'm sure he regretted that. I believe I even heard him say that in an interview, because he understands now how it is. He's actually promoting a movie now. What was it? What's the name of this movie? It's a spy movie now. Do you see John Cena showing up at WWE now? No. And by the way, how many followers does The Rock have on Instagram? How many videos has he done? Where he's doing something cool, something nice. Family Guy. Tequila. What's the other one? With Z. Do you see them all on GNCs now? Is it Zoa? Whatever that is. Terramana. To deal with Under Armour. He has that Project Rock line with Under Armour for years now. Didn't he have an exclusive deal now where the sneakers are worn by the UFC fighters when they walk out to the ring? That's the official sneaker now. So do you see where I'm going with this? The guy's been networking for years, for a long time. Still, WWE was making money. Either way, they owned the rights to the Rock name. Remember that. Did you ever see the t-shirts yanked from the site? No. They brought the retro. I'm sure maybe he was getting a piece of it. WWE was making the most out of it. It's their trademark. People are buying it. You want to get a Stone Cold shirt? Come and get it. It's over here. Stone Cold don't wrestle no more. So at the end of the day, it's still a business thing. So now The Rock networks so much. And agents, who is it? Creative Artist was the one that bought UFC and WWE. He loves the UFC. Through Dana, through Endeavor, whoever it was. Made that Under Armour deal, made it exclusive to them. Good deal for Under Armour. A lot of people watch the UFC. And by the way, those Project Rock sneakers, they're not that bad, actually. I tried them on one time. Just saying. Just wanted to say that. I'm more of a Jordan 1 guy and an Air Force guy. But you ever want to just, use a sneaker to beat up and go train with? Aside from them, this is not to change altogether the whole subject, because I'm a sneaker person too. Hopefully I'll do a sneaker show at one point. The Metcons are good. Just want to say that. Might not be bad to try this Project Rock sneaker, by the way. Oh, and I swear by the New Balance 2002 Rs protection pack. Look them up. You'll see what I'm referring to. The orange one's my favorite. Anyway, going back to this whole Rock Cody thing. It's more of the Rock thing right now, because I know there's a lot of beef with what's going on with Cody and this whole situation about we want Cody. I get it, because we should provide input. I get it. But we're not going to change the show, though, because they don't give a shit at this point, because there's one thing that they see, and they see one thing for that weekend. Viewers, merchandise, they made their money from the city, what they're doing for the fans, and they do a good show. Meet and greets. I think Becky Lynch is doing a book tour right before that. It would only make sense that she gets the belt. It only may enhance the book along the way. Like, everything is business. The Rock had his book at one time. Becky Lynch is getting her book now. They're all doing these books again, like before. That means that your popularity is at a certain level, and there's an interest in you, that it's worth of doing a book. She's doing book tours. I've already seen them. Some of them are sold out already for Becky Lynch. Again, business. She has a kid now with Seth. It's a business thing. She's going to get more money for what she's doing. And that's great. They all deserve it. There's just some that get a lot more attention than others. And the good thing is that they have someone down the line in Cody who will get it. He's already getting it. I don't know, because I haven't looked it up as far as the how many followers he has. Just think of it. It's a merchandising thing. It's a business thing. So to kind of go back, because I got off track, and I'm sorry about that. Let me go back again and try to remember what I said. So the Rock is networking. We have the UFC deal with Under Armour, Project Rock sneakers, right? That's networking. He's already talked to people, whatever they did, they worked out a deal. Oh, how did I forget? How did I forget this? How did I forget? The XFL owns that. Who did he buy it from? Who did he buy it from? Oh, I think I know who he bought it from. Didn't he buy it from Vince? Or WWE, whoever owned the XFL? Because it was a shit fest. And he brought his personality to it and said, you know, I care about this. Lost money on it. Lost a lot. People were wondering if the league was going to go another year. And he's going to go with it again. Right? So now we have, now we'll just say this. Under Armour, Project Rock, that's one. Terramana, tequila, making a ton of money because he keeps on saying how he sells out and whatever the case is, the most popular tequila brand right now, or whatever the case is. If that's true or not, who knows? I guess the facts say it. I don't think he's going to make up this stuff. He's a great hype man. Gets attention. So Project Rock, Terramana, was it the Zoa drink? Whatever it's called. We know. That's 3. XFL 4. Right? This deal with the UFC about the exclusive sneakers through the Under Armour, but through his Project Rock line, 5. Am I missing something else? Am I missing another one? No, don't. I already know about this WWE thing. Is there something else I'm missing aside from those? Because we're about to jump into this whole WWE thing. All right, so fine. We're gonna. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I missed something. But let's just leave it at that, right? Oh well. Aside from his movies and the agent he deals with, which I believe is Ari, who I believe is a part of the board, right? In some way, maybe he's going to intertwine his $7 Productions with this. In some way, maybe making an offset, movie. Maybe it could be something on Cody. Who knows? We don't know yet what else is going on. It's business. It's a business thing where everybody's going to benefit. What does The Rock do? He brings attention. He brings attention to things. He showed up a couple of times. When was he around a couple of times? Don't forget, there was a strike that was happening. There's nothing in that rule said that he couldn't show up to wrestling. Because wrestling is not a part of Hollywood. So why not? Why not? Remember, I think he was in Colorado that time when he surprised Austin Theory in what was the most watched segment. We weren't complaining then, right? We were like, oh shit, The Rock's back. He gave Austin Theory the people's elbow and whatever. Weren't they saying, hey, how that was like one of the highest YouTube or trending things going on at that moment? That they had Austin Theory that he took. I was like, no, it was because of me. It wasn't because of The Rock, which is great. Austin Theory being like, hey, no, it's me. I'm the one who brought all this attention over here. It wasn't him. Who gives a shit about him? It's me. I'm the young one. I'm the new guy. I'm the now. He's past. He's then, Then you have the one with Jinder. Not too long ago. And then again, drop the clues. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I'm going to go to the bar. Where should I sit? Should I sit at the bar? Should I sit there? Or should I sit at the head of the table? Come on. Come on. Who did not see this coming? Forget about what happened at the Royal Rumble. This is even before then. Who did not see this coming? It was like the teaser trailer to a movie. The teasers were there already, being dropped. The idea was being dropped. The seeds were being planted to the people. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. I know it doesn't seem like a long game, but he's going to say it's a long game because he was dropping clues already since last year. Doing an appearance. Unknown ones, surprise ones. 2 of them, actually. Unless I miss another one, right? That was 2. Maybe they dropped the ball at the Royal Rumble by having Cody win. Maybe. But are you telling me that they didn't know that this was already planned? So are you saying to me that The Rock can just go out after the Jinder thing, talk everything that they did, and not know and have him say, should I sit at the head of the table unplanned without knowing it? Without someone in the back saying, what the fuck is going on? Wait, what is he doing? This is not here. What, did he go on his own? Did he just go like AWOL and just say whatever? No, because he's not like that. He's a scripted guy. He has his own people. He usually goes over. He's a person that plans things ahead. He's not going to play that game. So everyone knew. I am so sure about this, that everyone knew. From Cody to Triple H to everyone in creative knew what they were going into. Maybe the timing was a little off, but there was no other bigger event to do it in than WrestleMania. So a lot of us say, oh, no, we want Cody. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was not right. Not saying it was not, that it was wrong. Whatever the case is. This is a story about a family that has fallen apart, get back together. The guy treats them all like shit in Roman Reigns. Cody wants to get the belt. When the belt was being introduced, when he came in, I'm not sure, was Roman the Universal Champion at that point? Was he unified at that point? I don't remember. No, he was fighting for them, right? So of course he's going to make the announcement, but he never said which belt. I don't remember that. Can anybody correct me in this? The whole point was be a champion. Universal, heavyweight, whatever the case was, something that his father didn't accomplish. Yes, we get it. There was a belt. There was only one belt from all that time before, the Bruno Sammartino belt, the Hulk Hogan one, Bob Backlund, you name them all. The one that Dusty Rhodes had taken away. I get it. I get that part. But I don't remember anything saying, hey, this is the particular belt I'm going to go after. Because Roman Reigns was Universal Champion at that time. And I think he beat Brock and he got both belts. So you could only attach Roman to it. I mean, whoever listens to this, let me know if I'm right, if I'm wrong on this one. Roman has the two belts. So there's only one person you can go after, which is him, right? Now you separate the belts. I get it. He lost against Roman. It sucked. Yes. We already know that. We can't change it. The result happened. We move forward, right? Again, I look at it that way because this is just an entertainment industry. And it's a business for them. Regardless of what happens, Cody's going to be fine. He sells his merchandise, his autographs, whatever he does at the events, meet and greets, is the right guy. It's a company guy. But he's not the only company guy. There's a whole bunch of other guys too. You have Roman Reigns, who does appearances, does interviews. Very humble guy when you see him do them. Of course, we're going to say, oh, The Rock is a selfish guy. So if you are in the business of making money and you can make more, are you telling me that you wouldn't do the same? If there's a deal that's so lucrative that you can walk away and even make more, I don't see Elon Musk, looking to, make less. He's always looking to grow. The top people, the richest people in the world, are always looking to make more. If we just stay the way we are, then we don't advance. So so fast forward now. Now he's in the board now. They make the announcement of the Netflix deal. Remember, The Rock has had how many movies now with Netflix? I think he has one, which is Red Notice, right? Exclusive to Netflix. So now you have a relationship with them, right? Maybe I missed that part of it. He has another one coming out. I think of Chris Evans. It's like a Christmas movie. I think it's coming out late this year. Maybe called... I don't know what it's called. Look it up. It's something coming out. And I believe it's going to be on Netflix as well. So he's going to hype up his movies. He's wearing the product of Under Armour. He's wearing the t-shirts now. People, the People's Champ, The Rock. That will sell because he has his fans. It's and I will say this. I think I read that The Rock's daughter had to close her Twitter account because she was getting death threats. Really? Like, I'm a normal person too. I have a family as well. But shit, really? Come on. Is it that serious? I know it's not that serious for me. I mean, I'll talk about it. But you're not going to find me saying, hey, we're going to go after this and, we're going to let them know how we really feel. Really? Nah, that's going too far now. It's going a little far. Way far. The girl has nothing to do with the stupid situation. And it's unfortunate that that I'll say we because we get like that sometimes. We do shit that makes no sense. It has nothing to do with a situation that's going on. On top of that, this is not like anything major. It's an entertainment industry. They're there to entertain. They're getting the top entertainer now in the world right now. The top one to come back. And it's not as if they say, hey, come back, Rock. No. He's an owner now. He's in the top 2 of the board. Who is it? Nick Khan, The Rock, Ari. Who's the other ones? Vince is out with the bullshit that happened with him, which is unfortunate because that was right after the Netflix deal was announced. And it makes sense if you put the things together. The Netflix deal makes sense because The Rock was a part of it. He already has a working relationship with Netflix. Hey guys, you know what? You really want to get this brand out there? You really want to have this whole worldwide thing going? Let's just put it on Netflix. Put it live. I thought in the beginning USA was going to lose out, but I found out that they're getting Smackdown. NXT's moving to CW. There's a whole bunch of things going on. New TV deals, revenue to be made. WrestleMania, And by the way, it wasn't always Roman being asked the same question either. The Rock was always asked the same question as well. Are you going to come back and fight your cousin? Are you going to come back and fight Roman? Are you going to do... When was it a better time to do it? When? Now he owns the trademark of The Rock. It's his. Now nobody can take it away from him. That's great. His family benefits. It's not just him. This is for his daughters. This is for his family, for his wife, for him. They all benefit from that. The t-shirts, the merchandise. It's him now. He owns it. So of course he's going to make more. He's probably going to make more than he can make in a single movie shooting for 3 months. And he can do that for a couple of appearances here and there. What was that appearance? Think of it. Before he gets in his, in his jet and flies somewhere else. Maybe he does what he's doing right now or doing the business part of it. Now he's part of the board, Maybe he doesn't have to work as much in movies. He's still going to do it because he loves it. Right? Oh, I'm sorry. Disney. He has Moana and he's doing a live action of Moana. Not sure if that's shooting yet or not. Maybe that'll happen after this. Maybe it's done already. I don't know. The guy is money. You put your investment into money. You put your investment to the guy. It's going to bring in money regardless if they like it or not. When I say they, I'm talking about us, the fans. It's a business thing. It could be a short-term thing. It's not a long-term thing. The guy's over 50 already. We could go back to last year. Whatever happened, it wasn't right. He was doing movies left and right. Still working on movies, probably doing post-production, whatever it is. Don't forget, he's also part producer in some of these movies also. So there's other work that we don't know about. I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to defend the guy. I just want people to understand that in the end, this is a business. Until we're in those shoes, making that amount of money, being that busy, having a schedule, and now we have probably one of the greatest things that's happened for him, which is a family, which for him, it's a family, basically a family celebration. His grandfather, his father, him, his daughter, his cousins, the Usos, Roman, that whole lineage, his daughter, the cousins, Solo, the uncles, the whole family. They're going to benefit. He's selfish, but at the same time, he does good things too. Not throwing jabs at Cody. That's not the point. It's just a business thing. Hey, the numbers will say if, you want to send a message out, then buy Cody's merchandise. Because all those things are metrics at some point. They're going to measure those and say, hey, you know what? Check this out. WrestleMania weekend, Cody's merchandise outsold The Rock. We do need to get, we do need to do things to, make it right. Not that they did anything wrong either. We need to, let's not overdo it, but let's make some really good merchandise because, it sells. He sells. Once CM Punk returns, who knows what happens at that point? There's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen. I just think we overlook it too much and just let it be. Yes. If it wasn't for the internet also, we probably wouldn't be that critical because we wouldn't know what the hell is going on. But a lot of it now we know and we want to be spoiled with it, with all this information that many times we should just shouldn't know because we can't wait to see the ending of the movie. We want to skip it. We want to fast forward to it. The beauty of it is this has no ending. It's a continuation. It's another chapter. There's another chapter. And there's another chapter. Until they retire, then that's the end. When Cody wins the belt, is he going to stop? Is he going to retire? Okay, job's done. See ya. No. He's going to cement his legacy as a champion then. That's another chapter then. Remember the interview he did with the Usos? Hey, is a story? What's the story? It continues. That's what it is. This is a chapter within the story, which is what I believe Jey Uso said. It can, we all have stories. Where it goes with it, it depends. They all know that Cody's popular. It's not a jab against the guy. He's still going to main event one of the nights. If they looked at him as shit, he wouldn't get anything. Cody has who knows how many years left. He has a long time left. The Rock has this year. And he's going to make a ton of money. I don't even know what Saudi Arabia is offering him. But word is going around that they offer him even a bigger deal to go out there once that event comes around to wrestle, even more than WrestleMania. But it doesn't mean anything because he's going to get a large amount of money for WrestleMania anyway. I don't even know what his highest grossing amount of money was that he got paid for a movie. Right? I don't know what it was. I'm sure he's going to make double, maybe triple that amount just for doing a 20-minute match and a couple of appearances. That's not a bad deal at all. I take it. We all would take it. We don't care what stories. Hey, I don't know, I'll say a name. Hey, Joe, now that you're part of the board, you want to partake in this? You want to be a part of it? You can make more money. Now that you own the Rock name, merchandising is yours. You get it. The company benefits were ported to Wall Street. We'll make money. We'll be good. Yeah, of course. I mean, I love this business. I just wasn't able to do it because of my schedule. Of course I'd do it. At the same time, it was a business thing. How much are you going to pay me? Don't forget, he did a couple of appearances in WrestleManias too, here and there. He never said, hey, I disliked the business. And in the interviews with the companies, CNBCs, the Foxes, the ESPNs, he talked about expansion, making money, expansion. I'm happy. Never would have thought I'd be in this spot. This is a full circle moment. My grandfather, my father, to own my name. I never saw this coming. Give the guy his due. Give the guy his due. Think of it as a business part. Forget about the whole story thing for a moment. Think of it as a business. We all are pissed off, and I get it. But there is a business that comes along with it. Think of it this way. I'm going to even throw another thing into this. Another perspective. What was trending over the weekend? What was trending for the last 3-4 days on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it? We want Cody, right? A lot, to the point that it was like number one for days. Would that have happened if he didn't show up? If The Rock didn't show up, will we see a We Want Cody trending for days? Usually, the trending event like Royal Rumble, whatever, trends for like overnight and then it's over with. Maybe until the next day and that's it. We're talking about almost a week. This proves right then and there that his job is done already. He did everything. He brought the attention. Whether we liked it or not, that was not the point. It's being talked about because there was a dark cloud also on top of what was going on with the Vince situation, this lawsuit. That's not going to go away because now Vince is gone, but there's someone still got to answer. It's still the same company. So that's something they got to worry about. Brock is gone because he's named in this lawsuit. Ugly situation there. At the end of the day, they said, let's focus on the business. We need to do something we'll figure this out we'll figure this part out, see what we can do. That's a legal matter. We'll figure that out. We were not a part of it. I mean, he just walked into the board, And that's basically it. And now here it is. Now it's being talked about. The Rock was trending. We want Cody's trending, of course. If Cody would have said, hey, I want the title, I'm going after the title, Roman, I'm being the opponent, The Rock didn't exist. Would he be trending for 3 days straight? I don't think so. They would probably be like, oh, finally, and then overnight's over with. And we're still talking about it. Again, think of it as a business. The most important thing, it's a business. To think it's a place to make money. That's what sells, the viewers, the merchandising, the live events, hospitality, hotels, restaurants. They all benefit when they go into those towns. Concession stands, indoor, outdoor stadium. It's going to be a hard ticket to get because we all know that there's going to be Rock fans that want to go. Shoot, I want to go. I like Cody too. I just said I'm not the biggest fan of him, but doesn't mean I don't like him. I like Cody. I just look at it as I can't be like, oh my goodness, everything's ruined. I get it. But maybe I'm just, my perspective is that different now. I get it. Maybe I've gone through my own moments where I've been screwed and I just learned how to deal with it. It's like, you know what? I need to choose my battles. I'm not going to fight over something that's not, that's a scripted program. In the end, if they choose to change it, is it affecting me paying for, rent or whatever it is? No. So I choose my battles. If I don't like it, It's almost like that saying, hey, you don't like that song? You can change the channel. You could change the station. Maybe don't buy the merchandise, Maybe turn your TV off if you don't like it. That's probably the best way. I mean, of course, we do all these hashtags and all, and I get it. I just don't see it changing. I mean, I could be wrong, which is, I'll say this very briefly. The show from Raw last night wasn't good. My opinion. At least I was hoping to hear another match for WrestleMania. That wasn't done. Thank you, Drew, for that. And by the way, I think his t-shirt is hilarious, but it is what it is. He's probably the best heel right now that's going around, actually. That's just too funny. With Drew McIntyre. With the whole CM Punk WrestleMania event is, had its ending. And again, it's a long show. It's a lot to talk about. We could talk about this for a long time. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm here to give people an open mind of how the business part of it is being looked into, how they're looking into it, how they don't give a shit what we think. The match is going to happen whether we like it or we don't. It had to happen. It was, we could say it was supposed to happen. We can make up, apparently we run the Rock schedule now, so we should say, oh, last year was a year. No. Whatever happened, there was a reason. Now is the time. Why? He's going to make a lot more money. He's an owner in the company. He's getting a major, major piece of this, revenue. It all makes sense. And if he partakes into it, even better. He's writing himself a check, right? Basically. That's basically what's going on. The merchandising. And why not do it against one of his own? His cousin. It's a celebration of their family. Man. There may be a moment we can go back. Let's put Cody aside from it. We already know the whole thing. We already know about the We Want Cody and so on and so forth. If Cody wasn't okay with it, we would hear a lot more. I'm convinced that he knew. His concern was probably, how am I going to pull this off to explain this? That's the one thing that maybe we all deserve as Cody fans. What is he going to say? What was his reason that he didn't do it? What did The Rock say to you? Is it private? Was it personal? Was it something that between you guys? By the way, Cody doesn't hate The Rock. Check your facts, just in case. They get along very well. The Rock is a very professional person. People say, oh no, The Rock brought his, whole creative team over. He brought a creative team for him. We could look at it in so many other ways and look at conspiracy theories. This is still Triple H's, the other part is Triple H. The Rock brought him in because the guy who wrote the stuff for The Rock is the one he wants to have him write his material. And The Rock will say, sure, I believe it's Brian, if I remember. So we all look too much into, they're going to change the whole story. Now he's going to mess everything up. No. Let's stick to what he's doing for him at this moment. Him is the company. He is the company. And you want a good person to take over. It just might not be the popular decision right now, but it's going to be a good one. And by the way, what if Cody, remember I'm not sure, if anybody listens to the other episodes, please do. I mean, I greatly appreciate it. What if it was so predictable again that Cody was supposed to win and he didn't win? Again, The Rock doesn't exist at this point. We would go crazy, right? At the same time, I was begging for something to not be so predictable. You really want to mess around with him? Make his road more difficult. I said that. Not sure what episode it was on, but I did say that. We should make his role a bit more difficult, because if it's really that complicated for him and he looks like he's getting screwed all the time, If he's gonna win the belt, let's make it seem impossible for a minute. In a way I kind of didn't predict it. It was my request. And somewhere or the other, I just watched that whole shit unfold less than a week later after I said that. And I was like, holy shit, this shit got really complicated. Unfortunate events happened. Someone had to step up because the paper, that's the tough part about it. When you have an in-between pay-per-view, you really don't have the time to build. That's, great that Australia's getting it. You have the women's match. This is when you really want to start having matches put together already. We're talking about we're going to have a month to work with to get this event matches together for 2 days. That's not a lot of building for me. And the best one that has the most to build right now at this moment is Io Sky and Bailey, because that was the first one announced. And now chances are very, very high chances, and it's not going to change no matter what we say, The Rock against Roman. The battle to see who really is the head of the table. Right? When was the last time that Roman lost and got pinned? Wasn't it like last year against Jay? Is this a pattern that we're going to see? That he's only going to lose to family? That he wants, if he's going to lose to anybody, he wants to put over his own family, if anything. We need to stop looking at, well, it'd be right if he wins against The Rock, or that would not be right if The Rock wins. Forget it. If The Rock wins, then we know what's going on. Roman is only going to put over, for the meantime, his own family. For the better of the company. We have to think of it that way. We have to see it in that wide spectrum, not just a narrow way of looking at things, It's a wide way of looking at it. It's very important to look at those things in that format. I'm always grateful of everybody who listens to the show. I like to give my opinions. I'm very opinionated when it comes to these types of things. I'm a person who does his best to work. I always wanted to do a podcast. I finally am doing them. I'm grateful of everybody who listens to them. And I always say this. There's no offense in me saying what I'm saying. It's my opinion. Because same way you respect mine, I respect yours. There is no right or wrong in this. I just look at it as one thing, as a business. As a business, the same way that each one of those guys does it as well. Cody knew that when he went to WWE, he was going to make more money off the merchandising. He can come up with 2, 3, 4 shirts, the belt, everything. Story-wise, of course, it's just part of what his program is. I know he knew. I just find it so difficult to believe that we believe that he just didn't know, that this just happened at that moment on the fly. There's no way. I don't believe that. I connected the dots. What's that guy's name from that movie? The Glass Onion? With Daniel Craig? It's like you have to put the pieces together to figure this one out. I figured it out. I'm trying my best to put it together to make the most sense of it. In the end, it's a business thing. If this was a movie and Cody Rhodes' character was taken out, he wasn't. He was just put to the side for a moment. He's going to come back because nothing actually happened to him. He's going to win a belt. He's going to win one. It's not going to be the Intercontinental. It's not going to be the US one. The tag team was a teaser. That was like a good, feel good moment. And of course, many of us impressed were like, but what about your story? What was it, a week and a half later, they lost the belts? Shit changes. I was actually hoping they would be tag team champions for a little longer because I liked the way they were working together between Jay and Cody. And then they effed that one up with the Jimmy thing. But hey, it made sense. There's still, oh, you thought you could run from us? Oh, you thought that, that you're going to just accomplish all the things without us like that? No, we're going to take it away from you. There's going to be, I can't wait to hear what The Rock's got to say about it. If they really hype it up, I'm hoping at least. And he says, I've been watching this guy. Respect to Roman. My cousin's done a lot of stuff. But my family these days is in shambles right now. They don't know if they should appreciate him. He says he provides for the family. There's a lot of things going on that I don't like. The family's very unhappy about things. The way he treated his cousin. Forcing them to basically be on it's either his side or no side. And I'm fed up. And if anybody's got to straighten it out, it's me. I've had it. It's tough that Cody wants the match and he's going to get his, but this is a family affair right now. And this has to be closed out. And I don't have a lot of time to take care of it. And if there's any one moment I want to do it in, I want to do it right here. Cody did say, before even the press asks any questions, before I came out, I saw Cody say something about, does finishing the story mean taking the belt from him or taking everything from him? Cody, I'm sure he'll be at the table somewhere because he's going to be there at the press conference on Thursday. Cody, not only are you helping in taking everything from him, you're going to help me in taking it all back to get this family back to the way we were, which is a happy family. Jay can maybe reunite with his brother at some point. There's a lot of stuff that we have to work. There's a lot of hurt people here. Jay left. He basically quit. You helped him out, and I appreciate that. But if you really want to go up against this guy, you said you felt cheated, right? Like you had him. You had him all right, but you can't fight 3-4 guys at once. There's always another one's going to come around. Look at everything that's happened the last couple of years. Look at all the guys that fell. Drew McIntyre spiked by Solo. You got spiked by Solo. He is getting a lot of help. But maybe in them seeing me do this and confronting him, not being afraid to confront my own family over the way that shit's been going on, you are going to get everything. I'm going to do this where he's going to be left with no one except for himself. And now you can take everything after I finish with him from him. That would be amazing. Not only that, Cody, the whole family's going to be here to watch this. If there's going to be a celebration of family and shit, you might as well bring them all. Bring everyone, even the ones that are not even in the WWE at this point. And that's going to be amazing. That would be great. That would make a great story, in my opinion. That would alleviate some of the fire. What'd you say to Cody? you know? Cody, what do you say? Well, he can tell you. I'd rather, Rock, do you want me to say it or do you want to say it? That would make a good press conference. Not, I'm hoping that they don't do this whole we want Cody bullshit. Because a press conference is to hype an event. It's not to boycott it, Though they already know what's going on and they're not going to change their trajectory of where they're going or where they're aiming for. That's just what, my opinion, what I believe, and how I think maybe they can alleviate the situation with all the thing that they're getting back as far as what's happened. Like it or not, we're always going to be watching. Maybe there'll be breaks in between, but we always will be watching. There's things we're not going to like. It's not going to be perfect. This, to me, is just a big business move that's making a lot of money for a lot. Especially The Rock, the board of directors, the family. And it's a good way to start, almost a halfway point of the year at that point. And looking forward to what Netflix is going to bring. And what they're going to do with Netflix. Are they going to be Monday nights? Are they not? There's a lot of stuff. And again, check the Stephen A. Smith interview with Shannon Sharp. It was good. It was good. Because they were talking about, when you mean expand, what do you mean? Are you referring to bringing wrestlers from different countries where they get followings, where people will look up to them? He said everything. Getting talent from certain, from particular territories. All those things. It's a business, and he's there for business, and he's there to make money, make up for whatever losses he's done, because not everything has been gold for him. A lot of things have worked out. He's invested in the XFL. He did a whole, I'm not sure if there's a merger, an agreement to combine the leagues of USFL too. The guy has a good team. Hey, not all his movies are great, right? But he does well. He did well with Jumanji. Did well with Moana. That Netflix movie had a lot of views. That's how they measure with that. Instagram, tequila. The guy promotes the shit out of things. If you want someone to promote your product, you go after him for now. He's the guy. The UFC deal. Now the board gets The Rock. A couple appearances already, gave clues. It was leaning towards this the whole time. It just caught a lot of us by surprise, because maybe the thing that we didn't want, we ended up getting. But at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. Cody's going to be fine, like I said. He's going to get it. He's going to get his belt. I'm sure it's going to continue. As I mentioned, he knew. There was no, hey, Cody, you're going to go out there and we didn't surprise you all of a sudden. Part of the speech was, the guy I was talking to, it's this guy. If there was such a problem, Cody would be like, I'm not going to do this shit. But again, working relationship with The Rock. You know him. You like him. He likes you. Hey, Cody, what do you think of this? I know it's a little tough, but there's a lot of shit going on right now. No problem, dude. I'll do it. It's the only thing is it'll be a little tough to explain it. Don't worry. Trust me on this. We're gonna do fine. You'll see. And what is Cody saying? I think he said on Twitter, appreciate the support. Just trust me on this. There you go. He's okay. He's still getting paid. He's still making money off revenue. We want answers right now, but that's the whole point of hyping an event. It's going to be a long, drawn process. I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you guys, whether you agree or disagree, respectfully. I mean this all in great. I appreciate every single one that listens. And I will try to do like a post show on after Thursday's event. I think that's going to be interesting. And I'll see you guys next time. Not So Creative Podcast. Again, we're going to go out with what? What should I do? All right, never mind that. With this. Have a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you're at. Dedicated to friends, family, everyone. And in this, what I'm doing, as much as I love it, this is my little business and how I want to go out and grow and also make more to support my fam, support me, the present, the future. So I greatly appreciate everybody's supports. I hope to be on YouTube soon. You know, I'm already there, just doing like, you know, get subscriber counts up, and then I can do like live on video shows. Thank you.